If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room, what's going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope your families is doing good. All that goodness and graciousness. If you tapping in, if you in the live chat right now, let me know, man. GMS fam, the green room, tap into the live chat. Shout out where you're from, where you're tuning in from live. Shout out to Promico. What's going on? Marquise X said he tuning in from New Jersey. Shout out to the New Jersey family out there, man. I got a few motherfuckers that tune in from New Jersey, man. All over the place, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We got some things to discuss, but you know, first and foremost, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. Today, it's a weird one, man, because I did not expect myself to understand where a Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was saying about his case. Now, this doesn't take away how I feel about him and the things that I believe, in my opinion, that he actually did. The thing about it is, knowing this justice system and knowing how little intricate things that can be missed or things that could be gained or maintained could be the little small things that could help somebody get out of a situation that could have spent them a lot of time or the rest of their life in prison. So for instance, if John Doe goes and kills Jane Doe, but they don't have enough, or let's say they obtained certain pieces of evidence without having a warrant, that case can be thrown out. Now, not to say that a man can't be retried or anything like that, but it really does make it hard for the next time around that they try to convict somebody. So in this case, I didn't see this shit coming. This came out of left field. Now, I've realized that, you know, Corey has been of late, you know, supporting R. Kelly and really defending R. Kelly really hard. And it made me wonder why he was doing that, because beforehand, he was talking crazy about R. Kelly. He was, you know, I didn't forget, you know, it's crazy how he mentioned if R. Kelly remembered him from the Y and all the other shit, when the specific story that I thought about was how he used to be at the Y and everybody knew he was a weirdo nigga and he was this and that. See, something changed. Pretty sure the opportunity of knowing that he had a chance to probably be in communication with R. Kelly at some point, probably changed his tune a little bit. But even then, it still had me wondering why you're fighting for somebody so hard. So he dropped a video clip yesterday of his conversation, a little bit of his conversation with R. Kelly. But then last night, or the day before, dropped it, and then last night played the full thing, which was half an hour. But I'm not going to play the whole half an hour. I'm going to play a little bit of that conversation. I want y'all to give me y'all opinion on how y'all feel about this situation. As long as we all watching this together. I want to have everybody's opinion on this. What's going on, Pro Me? What's up, Southern California? Kel in the building. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, and he said some things about, you know, little boys and other things like that. Corey was very adamant on certain things he was saying about R. Kelly, but then ended up backtracking and then tried to use an excuse later on, but we'll get to that in a second. Here's part of that conversation that they had, and R. Kelly explaining why he's in the situation he's in and what happened, about who did what, and also asking for the help of Corey's 5150 family to write I think it was the Department of Justice or something like that. So one of the two. But this is the call.
Sorry to finish, bro.
Oh yeah, it's all good, man. Give it to me. I want you to get it out.
You don't want to find out the hard way. Listen to the song.
First of all, to say "give it to me" before another nigga starts singing to you is wild. Pause. R. Kelly at that.
Mama told me a long time ago, it ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm just making sure that's my voice, bro. Making sure you know that's my voice.
That's your voice.
Voice check. This nigga is on a prison phone singing when a woman's fed up. That is amazing. That isn't that the shit people was saying this nigga was gonna do when he was locked up, just be on the prison phone or be in prison talent shows singing all his greatest hits and shit. I wonder if he already started that.
But anyway,
That'd be a way to get some niggas
No,
off
that's
your
your
ass.
voice, man.
Literally.
That's that voice everybody has grown to love, man. I mean, I don't even know if you remember me from at the basketball court at the Y on 63rd and different things.
yes, I do.
Yeah.
Trust me, I do.
It's me, bro. It's me, bro. I hope that we find a way to make some shit
I know that nigga remember now because he needs some help.
happen in this thing.
Howie and all of them.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what's up. Oh, yeah.
I got you, trust me.
Yeah.
I'm just in a kicking I'm in a casket right now, buried alive, kicking, that's all.
Oh, man, I really believe you're going to get up out that motherfucker soon. It's a test of your patience right now. But, brother, this information, most people don't know this. So it's good you giving it to us.
Okay, cool. Well, here I go. Okay. Bear with me. Tasha K, who has publicly stated on all of her YouTube platforms that she shared my federal law enforcement information with my girlfriend at the time, who after seeing that restricted information became very, very angry with me, to the point she came to the visit at the MCC in Chicago where I was being detained. And at that visit, she did nothing but curse me out, telling me about things I had said to my other girlfriend, things I had told my other girlfriend and my attorney, of which neither of those things she should have known about, because I was only talking to my other girlfriend on the BOP's phone, and I only talked to my lawyers on the BOP's phone. So how could she have known about not only my conversations with my other girlfriend, but also with my attorneys? How could she have known? She would repeat exactly what I said on the emails to my other girlfriend. And she was very upset that I had given my other girlfriend a nickname, which was Cookie.
This nigga.
Which, by the way, they talk about that in the search warrant, where I call my other girlfriend Cookie. It's in the search warrant. And she yelled at me, saying, I know you call her Cookie.
So wait, here's the fucked up part. Now that's the fucked up part. Like what you're gonna hear is not him denying any of the allegations against him when it comes to like sexual abuse or being with minors. This is about him trying to prove that personal information of his that he passed along in emails to his attorneys got leaked to outsiders, which is an invasion of privacy and it's against the law. And if the prosecutors and if the DA or certain people in this case did that, then we might see a turnaround in a few events with this R. Kelly case. But let's keep going.
And she was right. I did give my other girlfriend that nickname, Cookie. But how did she know? Who showed her my emails?
Right. I don't know how you say that. Andricus, is that how you say it? Hutcherson said, Corey is speaking on technical legal stuff that he didn't know about. Plus, he's arguing a case for legal ethics, what's legal and not morality, what's right and wrong.
On yelling out things like, I also heard you telling your attorney that you was not going to leave her for me.
This nigga realist.
In which was right again. Because I did talk to my attorney and tell him that and more. Then she yelled out and said, don't fucking lie to me because I heard you talking on the phone. I know your fucking voice. And when she said that to me, I was dumbfounded, trying to figure out how the hell she knew these things. She started calling me liars and all kind of names, telling me to get rid of my other girlfriend. And if I didn't, then she was going to leave and do what she had to do. And I told her I was not going to leave my other girlfriend. But if either of them wanted to leave, then I would respect that and honor that. And that wasn't the answer she wanted to hear.
If your life is hanging on by the balance, nigga, lie. What the fuck? It is not the time to try to stand on some shit when it comes to these females, especially when you are currently locked up for females trying to take you under. You should have lied. You should have said, yes, I'll get rid of her immediately. Please don't do what you about to do. And this dumb nigga said, you know what? No, I'm not going to leave her. But if you want to leave it, do you think that was smart?
In fact,
overly emotional, toxic women will never, ever let you leave out scot-free.
It only made her angrier. And when she saw that yelling and cursing me out and threatening me was not going to change my mind, she told me I had done. She told me I had no idea what I had done. And after that, she left the visit. That was the last time I had seen her. But I know without a doubt that when she left that visit, she was furious and scorned by whatever emails she had seen between me and my other girlfriend, phone calls between me and my attorney, obviously. And on top of all of that, I had told her I was not leaving my other girlfriend for her, even after she had threatened me. This incident took place in 2019. So when I went to trial in New York in 2021, the same girlfriend that had come to see me at the visit in 2019, who is now my ex-girlfriend, had become the government's star witness testifying against me in that New York trial. And she definitely lived up to...
This call is from a federal prison.
And she definitely lived up to the name star witness. The reason I say that is because every bit of anger, every bit of jealousy and hatred that I saw in her eyes at that visit back in 2019 was the same anger, jealousy, and hatred that I saw in her eyes when she was on the witness stand, except it had grown and now looked like a woman that was truly scorned, seeking revenge, and had the whole government backing her up. Well, now I have obtained a search warrant that was executed on the BOP disciplinary hearing Officer A.
All right, before we get to Officer A, I just want to say real quick. Now, you will always get signs of a toxic woman. Now, I'm not saying that that's who all he dealt with and that's the only people that he was, involved with was toxic women. But I'm going to say, when there is a toxic woman involved, you have to read the signs, fam. You have to read the signs before you get involved and put too much of your time and energy into somebody who may have it out for you at the end of the day. If they don't get what they want, they will put you out there. If you say the wrong thing, if you can tell them who you are. As a matter of fact, Corey has talked about this on his show before. You can tell a specific type of woman who you are, what you do, who you deal with, and then they could act like they cool with it and be down with it. And then when it actually starts to happen, then they show their true colors because they really wasn't down with it. They were just trying to adapt to what it is you were doing because they was trying to get you. Once they got you and once they can get and obtain certain things from you, then they try to see how long they can hold that shit down. Get away from the toxicity. That's all I got to say about that. Other thing, though, here's the thing about this whole law situation and what Corey's trying to do. And I was going to say exactly what my guy, I'm gonna call you A. Hutch. A. Hutch said, and Corey is presenting it to the 5150 that we should support Kels because it's the right thing to do, because he is our icon. It's a mental trick because he knows most of us don't know about the law. That's very true. Luis said he could have called a constitutional scholar, and he says, nah, Corey will know what I'm talking about. Ronnie says, I'm going to keep playing his music, but I believe he is where he belongs. Once you fuck with kids, you get what you deserve. I get it. Now, let's continue a little bit.
Who the government continues after 4 years. Calls her Officer A. The search warrant on Officer A was executed back in February 2020 before I had ever gone to trial.
This was the only part I was really interested in when he was talking about this officer.
The search warrant shows that the BOP officer had illegally accessed my federal law enforcement information 153 times within a 6-month period, which means for 6 months she was doing this. The search warrant shows
LR realist, pun intended. That's the realest shit I've seen in the chat so far. You and A. Hutch said some real shit so far, as well as others, but y'all killing it.
Officer A had illegally scanned 12 pages of my federal restricted law enforcement information and sent it to her own personal Gmail account. The search warrant also shows that the BOP officer A had illegally shared my private restricted law enforcement information with a famous and very influential blogger by the name of Tasha K.
Now, before he continues, that part was probably the most important. Again, Tasha K has found herself in the middle of some shit that she definitely shouldn't have found her way in. But when you become somebody who's more about the drama and sensationalization of fuck shit and the randomness of life, you try to get your hands on everything and try to get the scoop on all types of shit, and you fiend for that shit and then put yourself in a situation that could possibly come back to bite you. Now, if the officer is giving out illegal information that they shouldn't give to bloggers so that they can feed it to the public, that's a very bad look. And it's simple things like that that could possibly put a wrench in certain things in the case. I don't know if it could overturn him so much to where he won't serve his jail time anymore, but it might look bad.
The search warrant shows that Tasha K had illegally received all of my federal restricted law enforcement information from the BOP officer A. And the search warrant also shows that Tasha K illegally shared by that federal restricted law enforcement information becoming a government star witness against me in my case. If all this was in the search warrant, which was executed on February 2020, then this means that the government knew about BOP Officer A and the blogger Tasha K before I had ever gone to trial. So if this is the case, if the government was knowledgeable about all these crimes being committed against me, all of my federal law enforcement information being stolen, shared by BOP Officer A, blogger Tasha K, government witnesses being tampered with, why did the trial continue on without a full investigation?
Corey couldn't help himself. This nigga Kels was saying some enlightening things about his situation, and Corey had to dig in a bag of snacks. And he could not help himself.
Against BOP Officer A and Tasha K. These were federal charges. These were federal crimes being committed.
Yeah.
When the government was...
Now, let me say this real quick. One of the things that R. Kelly tried to do during this call was try to compare himself to George Floyd. He said, and the way he did it was try to compare past things to current shit. He said a man could go and allegedly hold a gun to a pregnant woman and do this and do that, but at the end of the day, law enforcement got in trouble for what they did because they were wrong for what they did to him. And I was like, nigga, nobody put their knee on your neck. Nobody suffocated you. Nobody actually tried to actually physically kill you at all. Now, you may feel like you're dying because you're sitting in prison, but to compare yourself to that situation, knowing damn well that this is not the same, that lets me know he's trying to pull on heartstrings. He's trying to coerce the minds of people to try to help him in his situation. When answer this question, do you think R. Kelly, if he wasn't in this situation right now, do you think R. Kelly would have called in to the 5150 show or show love to Corey in the 5150 show like that? And that's not a diss to the 5150 show. That's just, it's a testament to when people are down and out, when they have no other resources, no other way to try to help themselves, and they have nothing to resort to. They try to pick at whatever they can. Whoever it is they hear has a little bit of support for them or has some type of support for them. They're gonna try to hang towards that so they can get what they can. I don't think he would have. Just knowing the fact that it hasn't happened ever. He's had a very long time to try to do that and never did, and try to show somebody from his city some love. He could have did that. He could have recognized Corey, but that's neither here nor there. We're here now. And he called in now so that he can get help and have people write into him. Do y'all think that, and it's crazy because I saw a lot of people supporting it, even so much so people in the chat talking about, man, fuck them kids, man, forget them. They was willing participants. They should have did this with the parents. And they were. Do you really think that those people are going to write in to try to help R. Kelly's situation? Do you think that that's going to happen? How loyal do you think that the fan base is that they're going to actually go out their way to write him? I don't know. We'll see. But I will say this, it is a very bad look for personal information to be passed around in that way. And I hate to play devil's advocate, but I'm saying if I was him in this situation, I probably would be paying attention to the same shit to try to help me get out of my situation. I'm not lying. If I was in his situation, I would probably be looking at every little intricate detail to try to help me get out of this situation because I done fucked myself over so bad. Now, another thing with this is it's kind of hilarious to see some of the people that was backing him up, you know, somebody who shall remain nameless. It wasn't a surprise that he was volunteering to give out information to how people can support R. Kelly. Hey, DM me. I'll give you all the information to try to help R. Kelly. I'll give you all the information you need. I have to support my brother, the one that I look up to, the one that I have possibly did the same things that he did at a certain point in life, or probably still do to this day. Only niggas that's like-minded will go that hard for a motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. Now, hold on, let me read some of these comments. My bad. What up, Tilt? Tilt said he wasn't comparing himself to Floyd. He was speaking on law enforcement and lawmakers being lawbreakers. Yeah, but when you bring up that situation, you have to bring up something that applies to you. He did everything but mention George Floyd's name. He was comparing his situation to that. But that's really what it was. And he said, it's called fighting, bro. You don't ever just lay down and die. I had a homeboy who just got out last week after 25 years, but it was 25 years of fighting. I'm not saying he shouldn't fight. I just said, like, I would be fighting for the same thing. I would be trying to get out too. Nobody wants to be in prison. Regardless of what you did, a lot of motherfuckers don't want to be in prison. That's why I said, if I was him, I would be paying attention to all the little intricate details too to try to get myself out. You know what I'm saying? And what he has, if it's true, if he can prove it, if it's factual, then that will be something that could possibly help him in this case, which that's the whole point of the justice system. It's really not about whether or not the person did it or not. It's what you can prove. And if you can prove these things, and if his defense is actually doing him justice, because I know Kels probably doesn't have the funds to afford, you know, crazy lawyers for a long time. Hopefully whoever it is that's still supporting him is sending him money on his books and helping him try to, you know, fight his case. But in his situation, if they can prove it, if they have solid proof. And here's another thing, Tasha K, she had to already run to Africa because she got herself into some other shit. So if they prove this and they have this settled, for one, it's going to be another stain and another, well, I mean, she already has stains all over her fucking name, but it's going to look even worse for Tasha K, and it's going to look very bad for the case. That's how I see it. Now, Corey did address him being a so-called hypocrite, talking about R. Kelly and then turning around and acting like, yeah, that's my brother and that's somebody I want to be an advocate for. This is what he said in response to people saying what he was saying. Listen to this.
You made fun of R. Kelly's situation. Let me tell y'all something about that. I remember Dave Chappelle did the joke about R. Kelly peeing. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I want to piss on you.
But when that bitch tried to get Dave Chappelle to be in that goddamn Surviving R. Kelly documentary, Dave Chappelle said no. Let me tell you why. Because we brothers of the struggle, you dig what I'm saying? We might joke about this or say that, but when it really come down to it, we don't like to see our people get railroaded.
Although he tried to make a lot of sense there, the fact of the matter is Dave Chappelle didn't want to be a part of the documentary because that would have looked stupid as fuck. Why am I a part of this documentary because of a skit I made? You motherfuckers didn't want to pay attention then. Why the fuck you trying to come to me now? He knew R. Kelly was a sick motherfucker. Do you think Dave Chappelle was thinking, well, you know, I'm trying to protect R. Kelly by not doing it? No. Dave Chappelle is the type of nigga that would be like, nigga, I talked about this shit back in 2003. You motherfuckers was taking it as just a sketch show. I've been on this nigga pissed on motherfuckers back in the day. He been on that. Don't come to me now. And I don't like the narrative that this is like something where we're supposed to, because if we have this mentality, we are gonna feel like we have to bring certain people along with us who don't deserve it and shouldn't be along that path with us, on that righteous path or the path of trying to be better people. I know we're supposed to look out for each other. I know that the system has been against us historically, and that hasn't changed. They're still after black people in certain aspects. But then there's certain individuals who do things and put themselves in situations in the public eye. First of all, R. Kelly should have never had himself in the position to be put in this situation in the first place. The whole reason why this whole racketeering situation is coming up is because of him supposedly trafficking minors across state lines. He didn't have to have them in chains. He didn't have to have them bounded, and he didn't have to have them against their will. They were minors, and he was rolling around with these motherfuckers allegedly and taking them on tour with him. These are the parts that people try to skip over and try to act like, well, it ain't shit because the parents were involved or the kid or the minors he was with consented. And never, ever try to sit back and think, well, why the fuck is this nigga interested in that shit in the first place? Like, why are y'all trying so hard to put fault on one side instead of looking at the nigga that was all the way in with that shit and wanted that shit, was attracted to that shit? Allegedly. I'm going to keep saying allegedly because at this point, people are pulling for strings in every different direction to try to get at people and try to get people to, you know, crumble because of the things that they're saying. I'm going to keep saying allegedly, but be smart about it. There's nobody out here that's denying that R. Kelly was involved with underage girls. This is exactly the reason why I would never fight for the guy or write in to try to help his case. It don't make sense.
I don't like the fact that they got this man locked up on them sucker ass charges they got him locked up on. Because you got one bitch getting the little bitch Tasha K information and she putting it out there and she calling your girls and you get your girls disgruntled about you. So they got a bit of bitch law where the bitches can say you a bad guy and they'll be like, well, we can lock him up for that because his bitches said this.
That's incredibly false. Now there's situations where women can bring up accusations against you. And you have to that's the fucked up part. They can accuse you of stuff. But here's the thing. If you don't have a history of it, if they cannot prove any of it, there has to be proof behind this shit. Since we're on the topic of black men and things that they do when it comes to these rules of just women just saying you can do shit, there was a recent incident where a female tried to say that Chris Brown took advantage of her, but Chris had the text messages to prove otherwise. There is your proof. That's how you get out of these situations when you know that a lot of these places are women's states where women can go and create or say or make accusations about certain things. Now, we're only talking about the specific demographic of women who have made false accusations about people, not generalizing women as a whole. We are talking about women who are spiteful, who will try to get you out of the paint because you are either ignoring them, you don't want to fuck with them, you don't want to be in a relationship with them, or you're not doing what they want you to do. These type of people exist, and it's weird how society has tried to get us to back away from that mentality of being objective in that way of thinking, well, let's wait until more facts come out about the situation instead of immediately believing somebody, because we obviously see how detrimental it is to put allegations on somebody before we know the facts about it and get somebody fucked over, have them lose opportunities. You see it with Michael Irvin right now. They had to go and get video footage to show that he wasn't doing what they were accusing him of doing. Because we have gotten into a society where motherfuckers don't know what harassment is or what friendly is. This man lost opportunities. He lost doing the Super Bowl. He lost a lot of money because he was getting dropped left and right over an accusation. That's all I'm saying. So I understand both sides of it. I just don't think that R. Kelly is worth it. I really don't.
Ain't nobody kidnapping bitches. Bitches are a dime a dozen. Fuck this shit. After the show, we gonna get the cameras. I'm gonna go over here to Food for Less in my sexy ass outfit I got on. You think I can't fuck bitches at Food for Less? All day long. I remember one time I went.
Now, just to get more clarity on what I mean by allegations, right? So Corey spoke on something last night that I want to get to before I move forward to the next topic. Y'all remember what happened with Kevin Hart when the whole cheating scandal happened with his new wife, Aniko, and they found out that it was one of his friends allegedly who tried to blackmail him into basically giving him money or saying that he'll leak his sex tape type shit. A comedian by the name of JT Jackson, okay? Now, when these allegations came out, when this came out about what happened, everybody turned against JT Jackson. And let me just say this, rightfully so. And you want to know why I say rightfully so? This was a testament to who Kevin Hart is as his character and who he is to other people. Kevin Hart is a nice dude. Kevin Hart takes care of his people. Kevin Hart is overall a generous person. So when somebody does him dirty, they're automatically going to look at the person that did you dirty as the scum of the earth. Because why would you try to fuck over this guy? The guy where you can literally call on the phone and be like, yo, man, I'm fucked up right now. This is your friend that you can call on, who you know. And we don't, I don't like to use that as a thing because, you know, there's people out here where they try to take advantage of people, but there's the person that you know you can count on. So immediately everybody was against it. Everybody was like, damn, like, get this dude out of here. He was shunned, right? It came out in court, which didn't blow up nowhere. It didn't blow up nowhere like they was blowing it up when it happened. It came out in court that they proved that man did not do what he was accused of doing. This was proved in a court of law. How many of y'all knew this? How many of y'all knew this? It was proved that he didn't do it at all. How many comics do you think, how many of the people that he lost in opportunities with, how many of those people actually reached out to him to apologize, to try to help him get work? I mean, he's still out here a little bit, but he's not out there like he could be. Yes, it was proven that he did not do what he got accused of doing. As a matter of fact, Kevin Hart had a statement to say that he was happy that the findings came out the way that it did. But the one thing Kevin didn't do was try to reach out to people and say, hey, you know, he didn't make a statement saying, hey, I realize all this shit happened over the years. And I just want to say that, you know, what happened, it was a narrative going around, and I just want to let y'all know that what happened really didn't happen. He didn't do that. There's a stain still on that man's name and on his career because of an accusation that didn't get disproven, but was actually disproven in court legally. Now, with all that knowledge, right? This has been happened. It's been over. This is what Corey had to say about the situation. And this is, and I'm telling you right now, this is the exact same thing. I mean, he better hope JT don't get wind of this, because this is the exact same thing that Cardi B got Tasha K for.
Bringing little ragged ass bitches around. Bringing a whole bunch of little ragged ass bitches around. So they could be in the, let me tell you something, man. Now, I might get in trouble for saying this, but goddamn it, I don't give a fuck.
He knew he might have got in trouble.
I don't give a fuck.
That's real shit, though. Fuck it.
Man, me and Kevin Hart used to hang out all the time with the nigga that set him up, JT Jackson. We all used to go to the bowling alley, kick it. We was friends. Kevin Hart, unfortunately, had J.T. Jackson hoe ass around him.
The one that allegedly set him up.
You know, allegedly that hoe ass nigga did it. And want me to tell you why the hoe ass nigga set him up? Because I know Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart got a heart of gold. If you around him, he gonna make sure you straight. He one of them dudes, he ain't gonna have you around him and you be fucked up. But what I would tell Kevin, and he found out, they don't want they shit. They want yo shit. All them niggas around R. Kelly wanted R. Kelly shit. All them niggas, look, let me tell you something. J.T. Jackson was a busted-ass actor nigga from motherfucking St. Louis. And this motherfucker set him up with a bitch, because that's what they do. You know, setting niggas up with a bitch is the easiest way to get some money, because niggas don't want to be in the motherfucking media arguing about motherfucking a bitch. It costs millions in the media to fight it, but everybody get paid off a few $100,000. J.T. Jackson bitch ass set my nigga up. And I ain't seen J.T. Jackson since. But if I see him, the first thing I'ma say, you was a real hoe for that shit, nigga.
Cap. You ain't finna say shit, man. A lot of these motherfuckers be saying this shit, and then when shit be happening in person, motherfuckers be backtracking like a motherfucker. But anyway, J.T. Jackson, the thing about that situation is, you got to ask yourself, where did the extortion shit come from? Because it was an extortion thing. They claim that that man said that he wanted X amount of dollars or he would release a video. There was no video. There was no record or anything like that of an extortion attempt. No conversation. I wonder where Kevin got this from. Because if it wasn't JT who tried to extort you, who was it? And did it actually happen? You know, it's crazy to think about, because you have to think about it. If there's any nigga that's ever been in a situation where they cheated, think about this. You're going to try to hold on to wherever you can to try to exempt yourself from all accountability. Especially in the face of the new woman that you're with, that the previous wife that you had, the ex-wife, is saying that you cheated on her with. And the narrative is, oh, you know, okay, if he did it to her, he'd do it to you. Oh, look at it, Nico. She dumb as hell for believing that this nigga wouldn't cheat on her and da-da-da. This nigga Kevin paid J. Cole to make a whole song for him about him cheating Kevin's heart, nigga, to try to save his marriage. You mean to tell me this man wasn't pulling at everything to try to help save the shit? Look, baby, I'm telling you, this nigga, he brought this girl over here and put her in my face. I didn't know what to do, and he recorded it, and he was trying to extort me. Come on, man. When niggas' backs is against the wall, man, they gonna grasp for everything. That goes full circle back to the R. Kelly shit. His back is against the wall. Now he's grasping at the 5150 Nation to try to help him get out of his situation. I'm telling you, man. It's a human trait. Kevin Hart may be a great dude, but when your back is against the wall, you never know. You never fucking know. Now, if y'all want to go see the rest of this conversation, you can go peep it over there on the 5150 show. R. Kelly, good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck, man. You got a long road ahead of you, man. You got a lot of people against you. You got a lot of people with you. Godspeed. You know what I'm saying? Godspeed. Now, I got to touch on this situation, man. Adam 22, this little snaky ass, culture vulture ass nigga. Worse than Vlad. I said it. Worse than Vlad. You want to know why I think he's worse than Vlad? Because Vlad may be a personal agent, and he may be a goofy, and he may talk like this. And yeah, we got Raekwon the chef in the building. Yeah, what's going on? Welcome to Vlad TV, looking ass, Mr. Potato Head face ass nigga. But he has never thought once to shy away from hip hop in the hip hop media space. Okay, that's one thing you can give him. One thing you can give him is that he has not thought about shying away from continuing to interview legends, hip hop artists, all types of shit, a bunch of shit in the culture. You can give him that, whether you like him or not. That is just facts. This guy, though, who started out BMX, who did the hip hop journalism shit and interview shit for a little bit, but then was like, you know what, let me get some niggas in here and some other local or some rappers who never really achieved anything in their careers to be interviewers. And then I'm gonna go off and do my thing on the separate on the sly and do my porn shit and do my BMX shit over here while the niggas take care of my platform and make me a lot of money. Now, granted, the most of his money probably comes from the porn shit. Porn has a lot of money in it, man. A lot of money. But the no jumper checks are very nice, especially when people over there who are a part of that team are getting paid 6 figures a year. That was revealed recently. Somebody over there, as a matter of fact, Almighty Suspect, a member of No Jumper, revealed that he's getting paid 6 figures. And when you ask me what it is that they really do over there, besides get into it with each other and get emotional, damn, 6 figures for that? Holy shit. Now, why we are here is that this man, Adam, decided to fire one of his employees live on air because he felt betrayed. He felt like he was getting snaked. Adam felt like he needed to hold his platform to a higher standard. You know, the same guy that allowed a guest of his to spit on one of his employees in the face. You know, the same guy that allowed his employees to punch on his guest. Multiple fights. This nigga got robbed at gunpoint on his own podcast. He lets all types of ratchet shit happen. He lets his co-hosts fight amongst each other, all types of shit. Exposed his homeboy who started out this shit with him and helped him build his platform for liking transgender women when nobody knew this information about him. And still, till this day, he has not taken accountability for that. Has not said sorry for that. And now, we have gotten to the point where he fires Lush because Lush apparently told the no jumper community on Reddit, or not Reddit, but fucking Discord, that certain people get paid more than others, and also that AD was getting fired from the Tuesday show, which was something that Adam did not tell him. And he also was talking some shit about AD on those messages that he found out. So you went behind your guy's back, talked some shit about him, said some unfavorable things, and then told somebody else that you was getting ready to fire him off a show. Somebody who just came around over the past year, who you do not have any type of like real relationship with, just to go over, just to talk shit because you wanted to confide into another white man at your platform about how you, and really in reality it's because you scared because the nigga a Crip. That's the thing about Adam. Adam is a scared white boy. Adam is a very scared white boy. And even though he could be friends and be close with a motherfucker, and the person in question, AD, being somebody who has quite literally put his life on the line for that platform and for Adam specifically, you would think he would be more comfortable to actually go and talk to his homie and have that conversation, and they will be at an understanding whether or not the conversation went left or not. The simple fact that you had the conversation with him first and foremost would have gave him more respect for you, but he didn't. So this is what happened between Adam and Lush, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of the conversation because AD called him that night to try to discuss why he did what he did, and he did not. I'm telling you right now, all the blame for what happened, this nigga Adam put it on Lush. Look what he did here.
Face out there right in my own office.
No, dude, I didn't.
You did.
If I did, I would have said something.
Well, then there's a bunch of people in the Discord who are tragically misled, and some of them are people that I trust.
I mean, there's been a lot of like shit. I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, but I didn't say like what you said that I didn't say that.
I mean, it's gonna take you providing the entire Discord chat and pointing out line by line things that you didn't say that I'm being told by multiple people that you did say.
I could show you the entire chat. I didn't say that.
I honestly think, at least for now, maybe we could come to the bottom of this at some point, but it's probably better that you just leave.
All right, man.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect this to be a narrative that was taking place today, but we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Boo. Throw the tomatoes in the chat at Adam. Throw the tomatoes in the chat at Adam. That was weak as fuck. And to do it to somebody who wasn't even a problem. Like, this motherfucker was probably the nicest dude on No Jumper. Didn't try to cause no confrontations. Niggas was probably coming at him and niggas was disrespecting him live on the shows, all types of shit, but he stayed down and you treated this nigga like that. And Lush, everybody can say Lush was lying, but here's the truth. Here's what happened, and it just came out today. What happened was somebody else said this in Discord, all right? Lush agreed with what they said because he assumed that because that other person knew what Adam had told him, Lush, in confidence, that he must have told somebody else. And the fact that Lush is seeing what Adam told him personally in Discord by somebody else, he assumed that it was something that he could react to and speak on. So he went and engaged in that conversation. Now, should he have done that? Probably not. But to say that he just went out of it, because I mean, really think about it. How does that sound for somebody to just go on Discord just to say, hey, guess what? AD is finna get fired from Tuesday show and so makes more money than this nigga and blah, blah, blah. And he didn't even know what people made. It wasn't disclosed what people made. Don't nobody at No Jumper know what people make. And now people know. Now people are guessing. It was the wrong way to go about it, and it's even more fucked up that Adam, the same guy that put his own friend out there to the public to the point where his friend had to quit the show, is talking about how he got snaked and want to hold the show to a higher standard. When in reality, the only reason you're mad is because you went behind somebody's back to be a snake and you got outed for it. A snake got outed and put the blame on the person that outed him or who he thought outed him. So after that happened, AD went live and wanted to have a conversation. This is what happened with AD in their situation. Listen, you see the confusion on AD's face? It's because this isn't about somebody you trust. I went and told somebody something who I trusted. No, this is the slickest way that you can sit and try to convince somebody that you ain't a snake yourself and that you didn't go behind their back to talk crazy about them and plot on them behind their back. That's what it was. This nigga was plotting on them. AD, your mans was plotting. Question. That's crazy. That's a narcissist at his finest. He didn't answer the question at all. He asked you something simple. Why didn't you go to AD? That shouldn't be a thought for you, AD, at this point. I think Adam holds a track record of being somebody who doesn't value the people around him, especially the black people on his platform who help maintain his platform by mostly doing a lot of the ignorant shit that we try to move away from because we have much more better talents than just being ignorant niggas all day on the internet. It's a fucked up situation. I think I just seen it earlier in the chat. It's official that AD quit. That's another prominent No Jumper individual who helped spark and help push that platform, who has now walked away. House phone being one of them, and now AD being another. I think at this point, people who value themselves and value their career and where they want to go in their future should not be involved with an Adam 22. I think it's been proven that he will throw his own people under the bus for content, for $1, and you will never hear this man say he's sorry for doing something foul to you. You'll never see him take accountability. You will forever be a frustrated ass motherfucker working that no jumper, dealing with that nigga. So I encourage niggas to cut ties and do what they need to do on their own, because clearly y'all are talented enough to maintain and hold your own. No jumper was the starting point. Now go do some other shit on your own. That goes for AD. That goes for T-Rail, Smack, all of them. Lush, do your thing. Don't worry about having the no jumper moniker under your label, because that's clearly it's not a good look for y'all. Now, speaking of what's a good look or not, Ja Morant went to counseling for 2 hours. And they had this whole speculation. He's in counseling. There's no timeline of when he'll return to the Memphis Grizzlies. 2 hours later, Grizzlies star Ja Morant met with the NBA commissioner Adam Silver in New York today. Morant has left a counseling program in Florida and moves closer to ramping up for return to season now. He must wait on league announcement of findings and probe expected soon. In other words, this was all a PR stunt. This was all to get him back in the good graces of the people. I don't think he even lost. I don't even think he lost fans over this at all. I don't think he lost any fans in this shit at all. I don't think people took it as a big of a deal as the corporate side of things and the NBA did, and the law did, where they were investigating him in the league, trying to figure out what they should do with him and suspend him for 2 days or indefinitely. It was all a PR stunt. The man was not on a downfall where he was about to lose his fucking mind. There was nothing that he needed to go to counseling for that was just irking him and hurting him so bad inside that he decided that he just wanted to be outrageous and hold a gun up on Instagram Live. No, I think he was young, having fun, and did something stupid. And now these are the consequences behind it to help save face. That's all that is. But either way, I still wish the best for this guy, and I hope everything works out for Ja Morant, because he deserves it, man. He's a great player, man, and I think he's been doing exactly what he's been supposed to do on the court for his team. And that's all I can really say about that, man. I think he's a dope player. I think he has just some maturing to do, which, you know, all young players have to go through that shit. We've seen it countless amounts of times through seasons with different stars in the league. People just have to grow up. You got to give people some grace. You got to give people some time. You know what I'm saying? Let him experience life. Let him go through these things. Let him learn from his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Let him try to grow as an individual and as a role model and somebody who can be sought and looked up to in the league. You know what I'm saying? He has that potential, and I think he needs to utilize that. And I think we all need to utilize that in every aspect of life that we're in. Any aspect of life that you are in, whatever goals you pushing, whatever it is that you're doing, I think you should always strive to grow and try to be better at what it is that you're doing, and give yourself some grace. You know, you can make mistakes. You can fuck up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But continue to learn and continue to grow from the situations that you're in. That's where I want to leave it at. Right there. GMS fam, the Green Room has been a dope Wednesday show. I need y'all to do me a big favor, man. Hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I will most appreciate it. You know what? Scrap all that. Scrap all that. Scrap all that. Fuck all that. Don't send me no likes and no love and no none of that today. You know what I want y'all to do? I want y'all to send some healing energy and positive energy and good vibes and all that greatness and love to my mom, who is in surgery right now, or probably getting out of surgery right now. She had a 4-hour surgery today. For those who don't know, I've spoken about it a few times, but my mom has dealt with cancer. She had ovarian cancer and breast cancer at the same time. She healed from that. She went through chemo. She, definitely, of course she survived that. And it's been some, after effects and certain things that's been going on with her. And today was the day that she went into surgery so that she can get those things rectified. And I'm pretty sure at this time she's probably getting out of surgery, probably, resting right now and, taking her time to wake up and get up and, do her thing and, just be well and try to move forward from all the things that's been going on, man. So send that love to my mom, man. I want y'all to send that love. Give some words of positivity and all that good shit in the chat. That's what I want y'all to do, man. I want that. All right? Love to you, Ma. I love you. I'm going to see you soon. GMS fam, the green room. It's been a dope show, man. Peace and love. We out.